All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's podcast. The title is Saturday Evening Podcast by yours truly. So today's topic is entitled Community and Mental Health. So we're just going to jump right into it, everybody. Community as a whole. All of us are in different parts of the world who tune into this live. And community may look different from where I'm at to where you're at, but we're all dealing with something in the community. We're dealing with housing, we're dealing with illnesses, we're dealing with finances, we're dealing with crime, we're dealing with the humidity of heat and how hot it is. We're dealing with so much. People are in survival mode, ladies and gentlemen, and just getting by, just making bare minimum just to survive. And the crisis that is going on all across the globe is worldwide. It's not just a one community, it's everywhere that's dealing with something. I know I've seen a video about an apartment complex out there, I want to say Pahokee, where it was condemned, it was a mess, people were displaced. It was an absolute mess where a lot of people didn't know where they were going. And it's really rough out here. It's not easy out here dealing with day-to-day routines, learning how to keep a roof over your, trying to keep a roof over your head, keeping food in your house, and living paycheck to paycheck and paying bill after bill after bill. People are getting in debt, and it's overwhelming for so many people. People can't really enjoy life without worrying about where the next meal come in, or where the next paycheck come in, or what they got to take in consideration to make sacrifices and make do with things that are going on. We see the outpour of violence in the community. We see the outpour of anger and frustration all over the globe. People are in reckless behavior. People are in dismay. People are in disbelief. People are lovers of themselves. There's only a handful that really are concerned about people's well-being. That 9 times out of 2, thank you, Lord, everybody doing their own thing. We look at the news. Very rare when I do look at the news, I see something positive. 9 times out of 10 is just more bad news, and bad news makes you just turn the news off. Social media, more bad news. People are dealing with suicide idols. People are depressed. People have PTSD. There's funerals every single weekend because of gun violence. When would the violence stop? When will things get in a better place? When people in the community stop sitting here in these platforms talking and go out there and be about it. And I know agencies that are out there that continue to do it. I know Ricky Akins is one of them, and many other ones in Palm Beach County doing the work. But thank you, Lord. There's other people in the community taking to form alliance to get to our young people, because our young people are really falling astray. They falling and listening to anything, and they thinking everything they hearing and listen to is going to help them in the long run, but it's not helping them. It's doing more harm than good. They got to learn how to have a relationship and a prayer life with God. Yeah, I'm taking it there because we are in the times where we need God more than ever. We need Him all the time, not just when it's convenient. We need Him when we go to bed. We need Him when we get up. We need Him when we out here in these streets. We need Him when we are handling our day-to-day job, even in our jobs or whatever we're doing. We need Him all the time. So our community has to have God in the center of everything, not man, God. Yes, God uses man to get the message across to us, but God is the center of everything. He created everything. And without God, we are nothing, everybody. We are nothing without God. So this is what people got to get it through their head. We are nothing without God. For the people in the back, we are nothing without God. We have to have Him in all parts of our life. I got that. Seriously. Because the times that we're living in is very evil, it's very dark, it's very unpleasant, it's very destructive. You don't know who you can call your friend. You don't know who you can call your brother and sister without them worrying about them stabbing you in the back or taking advantage of you or using you for their hidden agenda or their mischief or whatever you want to call it. This is why it's best to be alone. Be selective of the people that you communicate. Don't tell everybody your business, okay? Because people have hidden agendas. See, the thing about it is when you start speaking about things out there in the world, you got people who secretly want your life. You got people who secretly want your life. You got people that secretly want to devour you and destroy you and do all kind of crazy stuff to you and those who are connected to you. This is why you got to be mindful of the things that you're hanging out with. You can hang out with a whole group of people, but it's that one person, maybe two, gonna rock with you to the very end. I'm gonna say that again. Is that one person or maybe two gonna rock with you to that very end, even at your job? Stop trying to make friends with people at your job. Now, if you're fortunate to make good connections at your job and y'all got a mutual understanding, hey, go for it. But if there's no mutual understanding and it's all this malicious and underhanded behavior, I recommend let it go. Go to work, do your job, take care of the obligations you need to take care of, go home and be around your family. And if you're single, go to the gym, go to the park, go and be one with yourself. And if you're a pet lover, if you got animals, go and love on your pet. You can't love everybody and expect them to love you the same way. You respect people, but they don't respect you. It goes both ways, even in our community. People have to respect each other, even in the city of Riviera Beach, even in the city of West Palm, even in the city of Jupiter, even in the city of Tequesta, even in all parts of Palm Beach County, Broward, Dade, St. Lucie, Treasure Coast, Indian River, all the way across the board, even wherever you may be at. Respect goes a long ways. Loyalty goes a long ways. You want somebody to be loyal, you have to give that same energy back to that person. You want somebody to show you respect, you got to give that same type of energy back to that person as they're giving unto you. You want somebody to show love, you got to do the same thing in return. It's a give and take situation, ladies and gentlemen. For us adults, we have to do that in the community. For the young people, for the elderly, it goes both ways. So when you shower your love and respect and loyalty to people, they can entrust into you about what they can expect from you. Don't walk around here holding grudges. It don't get you nowhere. Don't roll around here having unforgiveness. It don't get you nowhere. Don't run around here thinking you know it all. It don't get you nowhere. We are always in a learning process in our lives. The older we get, the more we learn. Okay? So don't ever say, oh, I learned enough. No, no, no. You're never too old to learn. Even in our community, we may learn something new. Like today, I went to the pet store. I went and tried to find some sunflower aquatic turtles. They didn't have the right filters. So I asked the lady at the front desk. I said the filter that the turtle used, which is my oldest daughter's turtle, it's Zella. And she's like, well, we have another filter over here. Let me show you what it is. It's called Aquata. And she said you can use the same filter that you use for the fishes for the turtle. It just says reptiles instead of turtles. I'm like, oh. I mean, it says turtles and it says fish aquatic instead of reptiles, but it does the same thing to filter out the stuff out of the aquatic tank. And I'm like, I learned something new. He's like, many people don't know that. I say, I didn't even know that. So goes to show, if you have a turtle or aquatic turtle, if they don't have a certain brand like Zell, which we use for my oldest daughter's turtle, you can use Aquata, which is a fish filter. It's just blue instead of green. Just want to share that with you. Like, Trish, that's way off topic. No, I wanted to share that I learned something new today. Like many of you may have learned something new today. In our community, we learned something new. We may have learned a new phrase. We may have learned a new song. We may have learned a new lesson that we didn't know. We may have learned a new exercise. Something that we didn't know, we learned. That's how we build community. When you know something, you don't be a gatekeeper. You go and pass that along. I just pass y'all some information along. And it just kind of came to mind about that. Seriously. Again, if you deal with back problems, if you deal with sciatics, if you deal with these things, Exercise chiropractic. Most people have to go in for surgery. I'm currently going through chiropractic. I'm dealing with something because I done pulled my back and still dealing with it. The pain radiates from my back all the way to my leg. Chiropractic, exercising, ice, heat, medication if you really are in that excruciating pain. I try not to take medication because medication irritates my stomach. So whatever feels best for you, I recommend it. But what I found out that the hips, ladies, if you have hips, and the fellas, I don't know about the fellas, but if your hips are out of place, this is why you deal with the sciatic that good, because of those hips. This is why they ask you to stretch, do these exercises to maneuver the problem that you're having. And I didn't realize that until I just turned 42. What is this all about? And I'm like, so hips, you have all these hips. And if you have all these back problems and you wonder why you're in so much pain, it's that because it gets out of place. Maybe because you're walking, lifting stuff, doing day-to-day routines, you're not really paying attention to this stuff. And all of a sudden you feel this thing, and it's a nerve that's in the back. Now, if you suffer with herniated discs like I do, one wrong move, you cook, because you done messed around and pulled something, and it's irritating the nerve. So when you feel that sharp pain from your back all the way down to your buttocks, all the way to your foot, the nerve is irritated as an inflamed. This is why they tell you do certain stretches at night to kind of loosen up the muscle. Heat, ice, heat. Ice kind of dull the nerve, and heat kind of loosens up the muscles and all that other stuff. So what I want to share with you with that's community. You like, Trish, what do you mean by that? What I'm sharing with you is information that you can pass to somebody else, right? Okay, let's continue. So you may be working home person, and you're trying to get resources, understanding, and get all the training that you need, and you know this information. All right, share it. Again, I work for Work Solutions. Why am I sharing with you? Because somebody may be looking for work from home. You can apply the application, but currently they have positions on the Work Solution website where you can apply. I will share my reference link in this live. Why am I sharing with you this? Because people need to know what's going on out here. I know Boynton Beach Mall, they do a food giveaway every Saturday from 9 to 12. If you live in the Boynton Beach area or West Palm Beach area or Riviera Beach, wherever, they have a food giveaway every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 at the Boynton Beach Mall. Okay? Many didn't know that. Not just one Saturday, every Saturday. It may switch up a little bit because of the weather conditions, but they normally have a food giveaway every Saturday. Not just one Saturday, every Saturday. Okay? That's community. You share information that people didn't know even existed. Right? So, let's focus in on our elderly and our young people, and then we're going to get into the mental health aspect of it. Our elderly community needs resources. Many of them are not able to get around. Many of them don't have transportation. Many of them are dealing with some underlying conditions, and they need answers and resources that's going to help them. There's things out there that can help them. They have resources out there where you can have food deliveries delivered to your house. And I can't remember the entity that does that. But I know once you sign up with some of the Medicare programs or some of the organizations out there, they will deliver stuff from pantries to your house. Well, you don't have to worry about it. You need groceries delivered, they have that. If you need prescriptions delivered, they take care of that. And whatever else you need delivered to your house, pay attention to the community. They have those resources. And I know many of you are on fixed income and have retired. And Social Security is like you have to really budget your money, because I've dealt with older people in my life. My godmother, God rest her soul, and other older people have came to me in confidentiality about different resources that can really help stretch their dollar. And I am that go-to to give you the resources and answers that you need to kind of help you. 2-on-1 is a great resource, and every different entity that they have out there is going to help you get where you need to get to. Many elderly don't have social media. Many of them don't have a cell phone. Many of them have a landline, and a lot of them are not tech savvy. So don't expect them to shoot you an email or text message. That's just not going to be happening. They're old school. They're used to getting traditional mail in the mailbox. They're used to getting telephone calls in their house, not on a cell phone, in their house. A lot of them don't use computers, so a lot of them like paper. They like writing stuff out on paper because it's very frustrating. Those who are able, they have computer courses and tech savvy classes at some of the libraries in the community that can help you be more up to date and modern technologies of that sort. Now, flipping the script, young people, we have to learn how to respect each other. If you have parents, listen up. It goes both ways. Us parents have to be held accountable for our ways. Children, you have to be held accountable for your ways. You have to remember every generation ugh, was brought up, taught different things. And the generation now speak up and vocalize how they really feel about things. But young people, you got to remember, you still got to show respect to your mama and daddy. You have an opinion, that's cool and fancy, but when their parents tell you to shut up, you need to be quiet. That part. Because you want them to respect you, but you got to show respect unto them. You got to respect your parents because guess what? They brought you in this world, right? So you gotta listen to what they say because they've been here way before you even thought about. Come on now. Stop trying to say you know everything when you don't. Listen to wisdom. Listen to knowledge. Listen for understanding. Stop dictating and try to pull things apart because it doesn't suit your liking. You got to take this wisdom because I'm telling you, you sit here and listen to old schoolers tell you the truth about some things. This stuff applies to your life. I'm a living testimony. People who were older than me poured into my life and spoke wisdom over my life and gave me understanding about things I need to fix in my life. So I take heed. And young people, I need you to take heed too. Don't be popping off because your mama didn't do this or your dad didn't do that. That's not your job to be that bold. You shouldn't even be that bold. You shouldn't have the audacity to be going in your parents' face and talking them to any kind of way. The level of disrespect young people has gone above and beyond. But what he did this, he did that. Are you God? No. You are a child. Stay in a child's place. Stop talking back. Stop being this and stop being that. It's okay. And I say this to say your say, but learn how to show respect to your parents. Now, let's shift gears. Let's look at the mental health aspect of this. So many people wake up depressed. Suicide, anxiety, PTSD. Many people jump on social media as an outlet to share their problems and situations with people. They deal with so much behind the scenes. They go through so much. They have so much pains that's balling inside. And what gets me about when people start talking about their problems and situations, people want to laugh about it. How would you feel if somebody laughed at you when you going through something really bad? How would that make you feel? I know I would be embarrassed, and I know many of you would. And most people say, I don't care, Trisha. They can say what they want to say. But at the end of the day, you care about where your mental health looks like. You care about what people say about you, low key, because if you continue to ignore the signs that goes on, that's just showing you have this tough mentality that you just let things roll off your back. Words hurt folks, no matter the age bracket. So if you're dealing with mental health and you needing support in a safe space to talk to, and social media is your outlet, just be mindful of what you put out. People are gonna say this and they say, well, you put this on here, this is our opinion of how we feel. People need to know, all right, that they have support. They need to know that they are loved. They need to know that they are worthy. There's people on here I've seen on the timeline. Some people that got on this live and took their own life. And people didn't know that man or this woman was going through it. I'm telling you, this thing is real. Seriously. When somebody makes a post that looks very, very dark, looks very, very unordinary, DM them. DM them. You can save that person's life by whatever God has instilled in you to say to them. Okay? You can save that person's life for whatever you have said unto them. That's going to change the whole atmosphere and the dynamics of it. So many people are suffering in silence, and they can't even fabricate what to do and how to do anything anymore because they have been thrown so many darts in their life that people have wrote them off, or she ain't gonna amount to nothing, he gonna amount to nothing. That affects people. When you say things that low key makes a person feel very low, you are basically saying that they are the bottom of the barrel. How would you feel if somebody say that to you and made you feel like that? You never want to judge a book by its cover. You got to open up that book and read a few chapters to find out somebody's story. It's like mental health. How is your mental health today? Are you okay? Are you good? Are you struggling? Are you just getting by? These are the conversations we got to have on a week to week basis and even day to day basis, because some people are really going through it out here. This is not no turn your head, not my problem. I'm telling you, it can be in your household tomorrow. hmm So don't ever judge a book by its cover, or don't ever turn the other cheek, and don't think that it won't happen in your household or somebody close to you. Mental health in our elderly, mental health in our young people, mental health in men and women. We're going to touch all bases today, everybody. Let's start with the men. Males deal with this. Men are struggling with mental health issues, like they really dealing with it. And they have a way of dealing with it. A lot of them are depressed. A lot of them are sad. A lot of them don't know how to vocalize it. A lot of them find substance, drugs, and smoking and drinking to be a crutch to handle some of these things that they've been struggling with. They don't know what to feel, or how to deal with certain scenarios because they do the best they can. Some of them get on here low key cry because they need help and support. They need somebody to give them guidance. All this chin up, staying strong. Listen, it can't always go like that. Men have their breaking points too, just like women and children and elderly. So don't get it twisted. Men have problems and they hurt just like everybody else. So fellas, if you know you're going through something and you not okay, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to vocalize your emotions and share amongst people around you that cares. If you have to go in a mixed crowd between men and women and just not a bunch of group of men, hey, whatever works for you, as long as you get the help and support. Shifting gears, ladies, you know you're going through something and you know you're not yourself and you're not okay. It's okay not to be okay. Do a check-in with yourself. Say, hey self, how am I doing today? Am I okay? What I need to do to fix it? How can I change things? You gotta have these conversations with yourself because it's critical. Being a mom, being a wife, being whatever your roles may be, you gotta check in with yourself. You gotta make time for yourself. If it's 15, 20 minutes, maybe 10, check in with yourself, because a lot of women are single parents, just like fathers who are single dads. They're working both roles with no support from the outside party unless the person is incarcerated or unless the person has passed away. They have to work the things that best suit their children's entities, and what I mean entities, suit the ability of what each child may need. See, as the parent is dealing with their mental health, children are dealing with their mental health too, because you don't know what they're dealing with when they get up in the morning. You don't know how they feel when they get up and get ready for school. A lot of them don't want to go to school because guess what? School is not safe anymore. School is not safe when I was growing up and when you was growing up. Okay? You gotta worry about somebody gonna cut the food. You gotta worry about something getting a phone call about something crazy. This is the stuff. This is the times we living in, y'all. And social media, yet again, has a big wall of things that they sharing and plugging these ideas in our young people's minds. Like they really listen to everything social media has to say. And the thing about it is, they have to learn how to have discernment. Sorry about it, I'm grabbing something. You got to learn how to have discernment in the times that you're in, because when you have discernment, you know the difference between right and wrong. You know the difference between true and false. Okay? Shifting gears. The elderly, they're dealing with mental issues. A lot of them have lost their spouses. A lot of them are no longer working because of illnesses. A lot of them have retired, and they just need new connections and new love. And they don't need nobody around here messing with their emotions and feelings because they're vulnerable. And they need to just enjoy their time that they have on this earth. And some of y'all low key know y'all not right messing with the elderly people. Like, what is wrong? Like, you got to get there one day. You don't want nobody playing with your mind and playing with your heart like that. That's not right. And I say that to say this. You got to get 60 and 70 and 80 for God, excuse me. You got to get 60, 70, and 80 one day. If that's God's will for your life. Okay? You got to treat people right. You can't sit around here and disrespect people and call people out their name and say all kind of obliterative stuff and expect God to bless you. That's not how that works. When you see somebody who's older, you show them respect. You show them respect because you want them to respect you, right? All right. You like Trisha. What about the ones that be cussing you up? See, listen. You gotta ask God to help you with that. You gotta show respect even when they're acting like that. Okay. You still gotta be respectful. Okay. Despite what they say. Because at the end of the day, you never want to disrespect your elders. You never want to force their hand because they've been here longer than you and they have a lot of wisdom. Remember what I said. Show the elderlies a respect. You want to get to that age one day. And by you popping off the mouth saying unnecessary stuff, that may trigger something in them. You may have those who have served in the military, those who may have been doctors and lawyers and judges and whatever they may have been. You don't know what their mental health looks like after they retire. See, when you're not working in the workforce, things in your life start to slow down. This is why they tell the elderly to continue to move and continue to, keep yourself active, like mentally. Because if you don't, things start to really go down here real quick. This is why going to doing puzzles. This is why knitting and sewing and crossword puzzles and things to keep their mind going, so they don't wonder. This is why I have no problem. Like if they want to play check, no problem. They want to get in a color book and color, no problem, because it's helping their mental health. Let's go on to the young people. Young people, listen up. Come to the forefront. Your mental health matters. Okay. Don't ever feel like your mental health doesn't matter. I want to speak to our young males, specifically our African American young males who struggle with mental health real bad. Some of you are dealing with some real underlying things that you don't want to speak about because you feel like nobody understand or nobody can relate or this and that and the third. Let me tell you something. If you don't say nothing, nobody will know. You have to really open and vocalize. And I know many of you grew up in different environments where when you speak about these things, they be like, oh, just toughen up, you get over it. That's not how that works. You can't toughen up and get over that. That's just not how that goes. And you wonder why the child's depressed. And you wonder why he's lacking in school. And you wonder why the child continues to talk about suicidal items. You wonder why the child doesn't have an appetite. You wonder why the child stays off to themselves. These are things you have to watch out for in our young African American young men. All right. Black women, same thing. Young ladies, a lot of them keep their mouth closed. They talk to certain people. Young ladies, I want to say this before I continue. If you have a circle or a group of friends and you don't fit in their circle, stop trying to fit in their circle. Find somebody's, find some female friends that can relate to what you are going through or are experiencing. Don't force friendships. Okay? Do not force friendships. If it doesn't work out, move on. Don't force relationships. If it doesn't work out, move on. You don't need anybody putting more stress on you than you need in your life. You already got enough. You're dealing with your own mental health, and then you add their mental health issues doing that. That's more stresses on you because they don't know how to deal with you because they don't know how to deal with themselves. That part. So today, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at everything that was spoke about and talked about, we have to remind ourselves that everybody in the community has something they can share with everybody. Everybody's dealing with mental health in their own way. So I want to leave this to you. Whatever it is that you are dealing with, and whatever it is that you are facing in your life, don't be ashamed to speak up. Who cares if they laugh at you? Who cares if they pick at you? Trish, what do you mean by that? What I mean is, you don't speak up. You're holding this stuff inside, and you holding it inside, you're going to explode and have a whole mental breakdown. And that is not a good situation. So I encourage you all, take time, love yourself, appreciate yourself, and dedicate time focusing on you and anything that you have to bring to the table. And may not be a lot, but it's the little that you do that makes an impact in somebody's life. Thank you for tuning in to Saturday Evening Podcast. Yours truly. The message was today is about community and about mental health. I'll see you all back here with next month. We'll be talking about Father's Day and Juneteenth. I pray you all have a wonderful and a blessed week. Keep families in prayer. There was a recent incident on 95 of a young lady who just graduated two days and end up getting struck and killed. Continue to keep her family in prayer. Continue to keep families across the border in prayer that's dealing with so many stuff that's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. Have a wonderful and a blessed evening. Good night, y'all.